Johnny Cash, born J.R. Cash, was an iconic American singer, songwriter, and musician. He was born on February 26, 1932, in Kingsland, Arkansas. Cash was the fourth of 7 children born to Ray and Carrie Cash. His parents were farmers, and he grew up in a humble working-class family during the Great Depression. Cash's family faced economic hardships, which profoundly influenced his music, later reflecting themes of poverty, struggle, and redemption in his songs. Johnny Cash's early exposure to music came from a mix of sources. He listened to gospel hymns at his local church and was captivated by the radio, where he discovered artists like the Carter Family and Jimmy Rogers. This exposure to different musical styles would later shape his unique sound. After high school, Johnny Cash enlisted in the United States Air Force in 1950, serving for 4 years. During his time in the military, he bought his first guitar and started writing songs. It was in Germany that he formed his first band, the Landsberg Barbarians. Upon his discharge from the military in 1954, Johnny Cash moved to Memphis, Tennessee, to pursue a career in music. That same year he married his sweetheart of 3 years, Vivian Liberto, with whom he had 4 children. In Memphis he auditioned for Sam Phillips, the owner of Sun Records. Phillips, famous for discovering Elvis Presley, recognized Cash's unique sound and signed him to the label. In 1955, he released his first single, Hey Porter, which was followed by Cry, 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 and Folsom Prison Blues. Throughout the late 1950s and early 1960s, Johnny Cash's career took off. He formed his backing band, the Tennessee 2, later the Tennessee 3, featuring Luther Perkins on guitar and Marshall Grant on bass. Cash's deep, distinctive voice, combined with his boom-chicka-boom style of country music, resonated with audiences. Hits like I Walk the Line and Ring of Fire solidified his status as a country music icon. Cash's personal life was marked by its share of struggles. He battled with drug addiction for many years, which impacted his career and relationships. Vivian divorced him in 1966 on grounds of his drug problems and his adulterous relationship with country music star June Carter, who he married in 1968. This union provided him with essential support during his darkest days. June's steadfast dedication and love played a pivotal role in his eventual recovery. In 1969, Johnny Cash launched The Johnny Cash Show, a television program that ran for 2 years. The show featured a diverse array of musical guests, from country to rock and folk, including Bob Dylan and Neil Young. This showcased his willingness to embrace and promote various musical styles. Some of Johnny Cash's most iconic live performances took place in prisons, most notably at Folsom Prison in 1968 and San Quentin in 1969. These performances and the accompanying live album solidified his connection with the incarcerated, and his empathetic songs resonated deeply with the prisoners. Johnny Cash's music has left an indelible mark on American culture. He became known as the Man in Black due to his habit of wearing black clothing, which he said was a symbol of empathy for the downtrodden. His catalog of hits includes classics like A Boy Named Sue, Men in Black, Get Rhythm, and Hurt. Cash continued to perform and record throughout his life. In 2003, he released the album American 4, The Man Comes Around, featuring a haunting cover of the 9 Inch Nails song, Hurt. This song, along with its accompanying music video, received critical acclaim and introduced Cash to a new generation of fans. Johnny Cash passed away on September 12, 2003, at the age of 71, only a few months after the passing of his beloved wife June Carter Cash, and was buried next to her in Henderson, Tennessee. His death marked the end of an era in country music, leaving behind a profound legacy that influenced countless musicians. Johnny Cash remains a symbol of authenticity in American music, known for his distinctive voice, compelling songwriting, and his unwavering dedication to telling stories of love, pain, redemption, and the human experience through his music. His impact continues to be felt in the world of country music and beyond, solidifying his place as one of the greatest and most influential musicians in American history.
If you aren't gonna say exactly how and what you feel, you might as well not say anything at all. You build on failure. You use it as a stepping stone. Close the door on the past. You don't try to forget the mistakes, but you don't dwell on it. You don't let it have any of your energy, or any of your time, or any of your space. You have to be what you are. Whatever you are, you gotta be it. All music comes from God. There's no way around grief and loss. You can dodge all you want, but sooner or later you just have to go into it, through it, and, hopefully, come out the other side. The world you find there will never be the same as the world you left. All your life, you will be faced with a choice. You can choose love or hate. I choose love. Life is rough, so you gotta be tough. I love the freedoms we got in this country. I appreciate your freedom to burn your flag if you want to, but I really appreciate my right to bear arms so I can shoot you if you try to burn mine. There's a lot of things blamed on me that never happened. But then, there's a lot of things that I did that I never got caught at. Gospel music was the thing that inspired me as a child growing up on a cotton farm, where work was drudgery and it was so hard that when I was in the field I sang all the time. Usually gospel songs because they lifted me up above that black dirt. It's good to know who hates you, and it is good to be hated by the right people. I learn from my mistakes. It's a very painful way to learn, but without pain, the old saying is, there's no gain. When God forgave me, I figured I'd better do it too. I wore black because I liked it. I still do, and wearing it still means something to me. It's still my symbol of rebellion against a stagnant status quo, against our hypocritical houses of God, against people whose minds are closed to others' ideas. Success is having to worry about every damn thing in the world, except money. The more I learn, the more excited I get. If you have political convictions, keep them to yourself. I don't give up because I don't give up. I don't believe in it. All your life, you will be faced with a choice. You can choose love, positivity, and gratitude that things aren't worse, or hate, negativity, and bitterness that things aren't better. I choose love, positivity, and gratitude that things aren't worse. No matter how much you've sinned, no matter how much you've stumbled, no matter how much you fall, no matter how far you've got from God, don't give up. You can still be redeemed. As someone says, keep the faith. There is a spiritual side to me that goes real deep, but I confess right up front that I'm the biggest sinner of them all. Burn my flag and I will shoot you, but I'll shoot you with a lot of love, like a good American. We'll all be equal under the grass, and God's got a heaven for country trash. Until things are brighter. I'm the man in black. It's good to believe in yourself, but there are people out there who can make or break you. Those that have lived longer than us always have something to teach us, that we can take with us for the rest of our lives. Happiness is being at peace, being with loved ones, being comfortable, but most of all, it's having those loved ones. You miss a lot of opportunities by making mistakes, but that's part of it, knowing that you're not shut out forever, and that there's a goal you still can reach. I'm not really concerned about boundaries. I just follow my conscience and my heart. Follow your heart. That's what I do. Compassion is something I have a lot of, because I've been through a lot of pain in my life. Anybody who has suffered a lot of pain has a lot of compassion. Sometimes I am two people. Johnny is the nice one. Cash causes all the trouble. They fight. The master of life's been good to me. He has given me strength to face past illnesses and victory in the face of defeat. He has given me life and joy where others saw oblivion. He has given new purpose to live for, new services to render and old wounds to heal. Life and love go on, let the music play. How well I have learned that there is no fence to sit on between heaven and hell. There is a deep, wide gulf, a chasm, and in that chasm is no place for any man. I have tried drugs and a little of everything else. And there is nothing in the world more soul-satisfying than having the kingdom of God building inside you and growing. You've got to know your limitations. I don't know what your limitations are. I found out what mine were when I was 12. I found out that there weren't too many limitations, if I did it my way. Creative people have to be fed from the divine source. I have to get fed. I had to get filled up in order to pour out. It makes me so mad that some people underestimate the wisdom and energy of young people. All because they don't look the way older folks think they should look. I'm working on a song about it. Maybe some of those closed-minded people will realize long hair and tattoos don't mean they should be ignored. Closed-minded people are part of what's wrong with this world.